This stuff just tastes too good. I don't want to stop eating. Okay. So for workout number 2, I want to focus on motion. So the workouts we do are going to be a lot more active, not as static. So we're not going to be holding positions. We're going to be moving a lot through the entire 50 seconds. Mountain climbers. So in a mountain climber, we always want to hold good plank position. Make sure our hips are tucked underneath. We have a good squeeze on our core and squeezing those glutes. And it's not just, so if these are our legs right here, we don't want to just run our legs like this and be in a plank. We want to make sure that we're going from here and just switching feet as fast as we can. Right? If we're just running like this, it's not, you engage your core, but you focus more on your core when you're going from this position and shoot your legs as fast as possible. So just as if it's like jumping to a switch, you wouldn't do that slowly. We want to jump quickly, and you don't want to do one leg and then the other leg. It's both at the same time. Both are doing something at the same time. So as long as they keep their core tight and keep their butts down, you don't want to see a bounce in the butt every single time they're jumping. You want to see core tight, keep the butt down, and keep those legs switching positions. Make sure they're not stepping across into the middle, but just rather going straight forward. So working on lateral stability as much as core strength. Jump lunge. For a jump lunge, we want to make sure that they're not banging their knee on the ground. We want to make sure that they're not stepping across their body again. We want to make sure that we watch their knees to make sure their knees aren't going over their toes. Practice the same lower body exercise habits as in squats. If we do this, jump lunges can be done safely and effectively. Just like in a mountain climber, when we lunge down, they jump and switch. So they're going to be switching in the air. This one, they'll really feel a burn in those legs. Make sure that they know at any time they can stop. Stop, shake out, and the ones that they do are going to be good ones. They can hold their hands. They can run their hands. I like to run mine. They can hold them over their head if you want them to. Hold them out. Hold them straight forward. I've done them all different ways. And if you engage the shoulders when doing this, that's fine. If you want them to get height, so once the ones who are more advanced in the beginning, they say, "Oh, this is easy." Push them to throw their hands in the air every time they jump up. Make their jumps higher and make their time on the ground shorter. That way, everybody's pushing as hard as they can, and everybody's getting their work. In-out plank. In an in-out plank, good plank position. Again, we're going to be using this a lot to strengthen those shoulders. If this is our butt right here. We're going to start with our feet together and jump wide, narrow, right? So don't let them get out wide, pause, go back narrow, pause, go wide, pause. It should be quick on the outside, get back to tight. So boom, 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 right? As fast as they can. Their butt, you're going to see it bouncing a little bit, but you can't really avoid it. Shoot those legs out, shoot them right back in. Shoot them out, shoot them right back in. Just keep that going. But make sure they're not going out, going in this really, really fast. It should be focus on getting in as tight as you can, getting in as fast as you can. So tap and get back in. And they're holding the plank this entire time. Keep their core tight. Stress on the shoulders. Don't let their elbows be bent at all. And their abs will break down. They may feel it in their hip flexors, which is what we want. But they'll also feel it in their shoulders, which is what's going to happen no matter what. So we're working muscular endurance like everything else. We're pushing for strength, but the things we want to focus on are shoulders and our hips. Knees to chest. In knees to chest, we're going to be laying on our backs. And the most difficult way to do knees to chest is to keep moving the entire time. When it's basically a leg lift position, so their legs are going to be straight off. This is the ground. We want their legs off the ground and a bend. Oh man, a bend in that knee, right? So feet are going to be flexed. We don't want to point on that toe. We want our feet flexed the entire time, right? So as they bend in, if this is foot and this is calf right here, as they bend in, we want to keep that calf as parallel to the floor as we can, even when we get to the top. So at the top of the exercise, it's then top meaning a tuck position. Your knees are almost to your chest. You want to pull those knees to your chest, but without doing it with momentum. So if this is our leg, we don't want this speed to get it up there. We want nice, smooth, squeeze the lower abs, pause, come back out nice and smooth. Full extension, so both legs are together, going all the way out, pulling all the way in, pulling those knees to the chest, feet stay flexed the entire time. So it's about constant motion. You got to make sure that you let them know how to modify it and keep moving. I'm not afraid to use modifications. It's like having a go-to move in a match, even though you're not working on the hardest thing you could. You're still working. You're still doing what you can to make it through the match. So let them know that they can stick their hands under their butt, right? And when I do it, I just say, well, thumb in your butt, right? So if my butt cheeks are in between my hands, I go with just my thumb underneath there, right? And my hands will be on the side. And the more assistance I need, the more I'll scoot it in. Make sure it's not underneath the small of their back. I've seen other trainers, they've said to, put it under the small of your back, but in my head, so if this is your back, I don't want an arch in that back. So if your hands are under here, you create an arch in your back, and then you're just working things that I don't really feel comfortable doing. So I say flatten out the back, push those hands to the bottom to where you assist the legs down here, instead of putting an arch right here. So just work on abs using one thing. There are other things we do for back exercises, so don't think, oh, we'll get everything at once. There's a lot we can do, but for right now, we're just building a strong foundation. Just focus on lower abs, make sure they're squeezing, and make sure they keep moving the whole time.